and how much of the medical examiner's judgment used to determine the grand jury's decision?
Well, a medical examiner is the one that can determine what the actual cause of death is. Remember what happened and I know we'll talk about the George Floyd incident a little bit later, but when George Floyd's initial autopsy came out, the coroner chose not to list it as a homicide and were listing all contributing factors to Mr. Floyd's death, talking about he had onset diabetes, he had high cholesterol, he had coronary issues and so forth, as if to say that Derek Chauvin and the other officers didn't contribute to this death to make it weaken the prosecutor's case. And they had to have an independent autopsy that was done in order to contribute what the medical examiner out in Minnesota had initially said. So a coroner, as it is an elected position, are very powerful in determining the way a case can and cannot go. So I think here in this situation, the coroner's statement about it being a homicide caused by asphyxiation, that means he was killed as a result of someone else's actions by the hands of someone else. And the applicable charges, the prosecutor or would have to look and see what can be charged. Here you had a grand jury that declined to indict. With the federal jurisdiction, it's a little bit different, because there are only certain rules that they can prosecute these people under. We had a situation that happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with Alton Sterling, when we tried to get charges brought, or they were trying to get charges brought on a federal level, and the feds declined to do so. However, they said and agreed that the officer, Salimi, acted egregiously and out of character, that they recommended he be fired, which is what eventually happened. However, being that Blaine Salimi, his father, I believe, was the third in command of the Baton Rouge Police Department, they declined to obviously press charges and indict a charge of murder onto those two officers. And the feds obviously couldn't do it as well. So we have to be I'm very cautious and just anxious to see what happens. Do I have all of my faith in the federal government if they will actually do anything with this? I doubt it. We didn't get it even under Barack Obama and his two attorney generals who happen to be Black, Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch.
Be a part of the force that powers truth in journalism. Go to nnvnews.com/donate.